Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Monday Huddle on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll get to our Monday Huddle in a moment, but as always, we're going to give a shout out to our great sponsors. Now, you've heard me say before, these are all companies I used as an athletic director. They're all great companies. You should be using them too. So take 3 minutes, listen to our shout outs, then listen to our Monday Huddle, and then go and visit these sponsors. You're going to be very glad you did. Here we go. We want to thank our good friends at Snap Raise for their support. Have you ever spent weeks and weeks with a fundraiser and been disappointed in the results? Well, those days are gone. Go to snapraise.com. We used it at our school with tremendous success. Coaches loved it, parents loved it. I'm telling you, it works. Go to snapraise.com. Check out their other great platforms. But if you're looking for a fundraiser, you just found it, and it's Snap Raise. We also want to say thanks to Vital Signs Wall of Fame. If you're looking for a really cool way to display your school record boards for all the teams or your school's Hall of Fame, go to their website and check out their interactive touchscreen video consoles. You put one of their units in your gym lobby or your main school hallway, it's going to be like a magnet for kids, for coaches. How about sponsors? The website is vitalsignswalloffame.com. Check them out today. We also want to thank Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. My assistant AD, along with thousands of others, got his master's through the Ohio program, and while he was earning his degree, he also completed 11 NIAAA leadership training courses at no extra charge. Check out Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. We want to thank Home Campus. Home Campus is the official sports administration platform for several states, thousands of ADs, and even if your state uses a different platform, you can be a home campus school. Go to homecampus.com to check it out. I'm telling you, the platform's a game changer. Homecampus.com. We also want to thank Gipper. Go to Gipper.com and let their team turn you into a social media marketing guru. It could be a small social media post to celebrate a victory, could be an entire newsletter showcasing the great things that your athletic department is doing. Either way, it's professional graphic design made easy. Go to Gipper.com to get started. We also want to say thanks to Sideline Interactive indoor score tables and video boards. Go to their website and you can schedule a live web demo to see their products in action. Probably one of the best purchases I ever made as an AD was our Sideline Interactive indoor score table. Go to sidelineinteractive.com. Schedule that demo today. We want to thank our friends at Hometown. Hometown is changing the game with their solutions that include, oh, by the way, digital ticketing, but they also include fee-free fundraising, athletic website construction, and a whole lot more. Whether you're an athletic director, a principal, even a head coach, Hometown is going to help you save time, raise more money, and bring your community together. That's hometown.com. Let's thank Athletic Surveys. At my school, we use surveys for everything, kids, coaches, even parents, and the information that would come back was typically over the top positive. I'm talking 98% approval. We still got to hear from our squeaky wheel parents, but let me tell you, having that 98% approval data to share, incredibly valuable. How about when you're visiting with your principal or maybe even your school board? Go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. They're going to create a custom survey that lets you take the pulse of everybody in your program. That's vitalsignswalloffame.com. And we want to thank Huddle. As a football coach, I used Huddle for years, but as an athletic director, I made sure that our school was a Huddle school. And our coaches, our student athletes, even our parents just loved the tools that Huddle provided. Join the 8 million users. Go to huddle.com. Turn your school into a Huddle school. That's huddle.com. Well, welcome back, everybody, to episode number 10 of the Monday Huddle. This is the fifth and final segment that's focusing on student-athlete concerns. Our first 5 segments were on parent concerns. Now we've been spending some time on concerns that athletes sometimes raise that athletic directors can work with. So we hope you enjoyed it. We got 5 more segments coming up. but let's go ahead and get started with this week's segment. It's number 5 in our student concern section, and it deals with burnout. We call it simply avoiding burnout in athletics. Now, I'm old, I get that, but we never used to hear about burnout, particularly in school-based sports. Kids getting burned out on football or basketball, it just didn't happen. You might hear it from elite youth athletes who had maybe spent their lives in the swimming pool or something like that. But these days we hear it more and more, and it can affect just about any athlete, even school based, if we're not doing our job as ADs, coaches, and parents. Now, burnout doesn't always mean a breakdown. Sometimes it will sneak in quietly through fatigue, declining motivation, or a sense of from coming from the kids. I used to love this, but now it just feels like work. Burnout, for those who suffer it, it's very real, and especially in this hyper competitive youth sports year-round culture. So this segment, we're going to talk about how to spot burnout, more importantly, how to prevent it, and how to help athletes rediscover joy in their game. Now, what is burnout? It's more than just being tired. It's a state of emotional, physical, even mental exhaustion that can be caused by prolonged stress, practice stress, emotional stress. And it just doesn't affect performance. It can impact a student athlete's identity, their motivation, and especially their health. Giving you some stats, the American Academy of Pediatrics estimates that 30% or more of youth athletes experience some form of burnout before age 18. Now, what are some signs of burnout? There's a lot, but it could be just simple loss of enthusiasm. The game's not fun anymore. Chronic fatigue can be a sign of burnout. Certainly decline in performance, irritability or withdrawal, also frequent injuries or illness. And emotionally, athletes can feel trapped by their commitments, particularly if they're overcommitted in a year-round sports program or multiple activities, including academics, during the season. One coach is quoted as saying, when the most talented kid on the team stops smiling, it's definitely time to check in, hopefully before. Some root causes. You've already heard it, and you know where I stand on this. Year-round sports, particularly year-round specialization. Okay? A pressure, whether it's coming from a kid, a coach, or a parent, the pressure to perform at higher levels. Big ones, lack of recovery time, that fear of missing out, fear of falling behind, and there's just no way to deal with it other than quitting. So some strategies to, as we said, help them find the joy, reignite the passion. How about a mandatory recovery system built into your year-round or seasonal practice? Minimum 1 day off per week, maybe even one season off per year. Make sure it gets built into your calendar and the student athlete's calendar. We've heard the benefits of cross-training, multi-sport participation, trying other sports, even other hobbies, prevents these overuse injuries that are epidemic in year-round participation, and also helps to refresh the mind. There's your cure for burnout. Also, a mental reset. The benefits of journaling and reflecting, even speaking to someone like a sports counselor, have shown impressive prevention and recovery from burnout. Make sure that you're defining success, maybe even redefining success. Not every game is a must win. Not every practice needs to be grueling. Remind athletes that it's about progress as opposed to perfection. Talking about swimming. I once heard a collegiate swimmer say that she felt so burned out that she was dreaming that she was swimming in peanut butter. And after some discussions, her coach gave her a 2-week break. There's no laps in the pool, no timers, nothing. She came back and took 4 seconds out of her 100-meter time. So, recovery is huge, both physical and emotional. Now, coaches and ADs, what can you do? Well, check in, but not just about stats. Ask, hey, you having fun? Remember, we want that return to joy. Make sure that you're building downtime into training, mental health days, team bonding, optional practices, cross country. And even I've seen soccer coaches do this, just going out and playing ultimate frisbee. They're still running around like crazy, but it's not, traditional training. They get that emotional break. Also, make sure that you're partnering with parents. Make sure that families understand your training schedule and that they see and understand and appreciate and support the value of recovery, not just competition and better times. As a coach, make sure you're modeling proper boundaries. If you're overworked and stressed, kids are going to pick up on that. I know that one school, and there's different ways to do this, but one school called this a passion week where there are no practices. Athletes tried a new activity every day, yoga, painting, writing, cooking. My wife led the cooking class. One of our student athletes said, I haven't had this much fun in years. Make sure that you're encouraging your athletes and reminding them that if they're feeling these, early signs of burnout, doesn't mean that they're weak. It just means that they're running low, like the Energizer Bunny. Those batteries might be running low. Running low is just a sign that you need recovery. Refueling, emotional as well as nutritional and physical, is not quitting. It's the smartest thing that you can do as an athlete and as a coach. Remember, athletes deserve to have a sport that they love. They deserve to have that joy. Remember, athletes, particularly high school and youth athletes, they're not machines, they're humans. Passion can be their fuel, so let's protect it, nurture it, and help every student athlete play the long game, not just for trophies and championships, but for joy. Joy playing for you and joy beyond those games. Of course, we want to say thanks for listening to the Educational AD podcast and our Monday Huddle. If you like this episode, if you found something that was helpful, please share it with another coach, another AD, even a sports parent who could use the reminder. And as always, keep showing up, keep supporting, and keep growing educational-based athletics. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you next time on the Educational AD podcast and the Monday Huddle. And as always, we want to give a big thank you to our sponsors. We want to thank Sideline Interactive, Home Campus, Ohio University, Hometown. I want to thank Gipper, Vital Signs Wall of Fame, Snap, Raise, Huddle, and Athletic Surveys. If you're looking for something that's going to make your life as an AD easier, check out every single one of these sponsors. You're going to be very glad you did. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.